Okay, so it has now been 24 hours since I've been using the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. But in this video, I want to share what my experience has been like so far over the past 24 hours with the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. Now, I already made my video sharing what my experience has been like over these past 24 hours with the Galaxy Z Fold 8. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, you can go ahead and check out that video. But this is all about the Ultra right here. Now, the first thing I want to say is that this is an absolutely beautiful device. Yes, it does look familiar to last year's Galaxy Z Fold 7, but it definitely feels a lot more refined and in some ways feels even a bit more premium. Now, I really like this color right here, Violet Shadow, I believe it's called. Now, in some lighting, it almost looks like a matte black color, but if you turn it just a little bit more, then you will start to see that Violet Shadow color that, that they're calling this. But it looks great. And you know, it makes its way to the hinge and all around the edges of the device as well. I mean, I think it is a beautiful looking device. Now, the way it feels in the hand, it is very lightweight. It seems like it did get a bit thinner and somehow they have made it easier to open without a case, because from what I remember when using the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it was, you know, it wasn't the easiest to open, but I believe they said they took out the beveled edges, I believe it was, and that's what makes it easy to just open every single time. I do not have a hard time at all trying to open this device without a case. So it's been nice. It's been a good feel in the hand, very lightweight, very slim. I believe it is a little bit slimmer than last year's. So it even feels better in the pocket as well. Obviously, it's still going to be just a little bit thicker than say something like the Galaxy S26 Ultra right here. If I hold them both right next to each other, I mean, it almost looks like it's just as thick as the S26 Ultra, but it's just a little tiny bit thicker. But honestly, it doesn't feel like a thick phone at all. I mean, Samsung has done a great job over the years of refining these, you know, foldable devices over and over and over again until we finally get this beauty right here. So just when it comes to overall looks and the design, I think Samsung did a great job when it comes to this inside display right here. Yes, we're still getting this boxy look, but I think it is a beautiful looking display as always. I mean, Samsung always puts amazing displays in their devices, and the same goes for the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra right here. But one thing that I did notice is the crease. Now, it does look like Samsung did improve the crease this year. And I said the same thing with the smaller Galaxy Z Fold 8 right here. They have definitely improved the crease on this. And it's the same thing with the Ultra right here. I mean, yes, you could notice it. If I have the, you know, screen turned off like this and hold it at a certain angle, yeah, you will be able to see that crease, but it definitely doesn't look as, I guess, as deep as before. That might change after, you know, folding it and unfolding it so many times, you know, throughout the next few months, who knows? But I will say that I do notice when the display is on like this, it's definitely a lot harder to notice the crease, even at an angle, if you can tell right there on camera. So I do think they did something to really improve the crease right here, and just using the phone straight on, you know, I can't even tell it's there, to be honest. And trying to feel for it, you can barely feel it too. Unless I'm putting a little bit more pressure, then yeah, I can feel it. But if I'm just smoothly running my finger across the display right there, it's a little bit harder to feel than before, and I actually really like it. But you know, with a beautiful device like this, to some people, it could seem a bit fragile still. You're gonna wanna keep it protected. Now, if you are planning on pre-ordering this beautiful beauty right here, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, you're gonna wanna make sure you have a case ready for when it arrives, and that's where our sponsors of this portion of the video come in, ToneGate. Their new Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra case gives you a 360-degree full body drop protection with reinforced corners and a military grade shock-proof rating. So you don't actually have to panic if it ever takes a tumble or an accidental fall. And you know what? My absolute favorite feature though is the slide camera cover. It slides right over those camera lenses to keep them nice and safe from scratches or any damage, and it gives you total privacy on demand. It's also incredibly practical. I mean, the built-in foldable kickstand is perfect for hands-free calls or watching videos on that massive inner display. And if you're always outdoors or on the move, it includes a rotatable belt clip. It attaches easily to your bag or belt with a quick button release, so your phone is always ready when you need it. So make sure you have protection waiting at your door before your new phone even ships. Huge thanks to Tongate for sponsoring this portion of the video. I'll have a link down in the description below in case you want to purchase that super protective case for your new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. Now, aside from the refined design and it just feeling great in the hand and having the beautiful displays and all that, I gotta say, when it comes to performance, just over these past 24 hours, this thing is super snappy. And you know, it was like that for it, or it is like that for the other Galaxy Z Fold 8 as well. And I mentioned this in that video, but I mean, they've made these devices just super snappy, super buttery smooth. I mean, it's got a 120 hertz display both inside and out. And I'm not here to, you know, spit specs out at you guys. I'm simply just sharing what my experience has been like over these past 24 hours. But yes, you're getting a super smooth experience on this device. Of course, it is powered by that Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor. I mean, so it has this thing running like a beast. You know, when we're talking about this outside display right here, I mean, just scrolling through the app drawer or going through my social media, whatever it is I'm doing, it's a smooth experience. I don't experience any lag on this device at all. It has been great. And then going into that bigger inside display, same thing. It is nice and smooth, very smooth experience. Now, of course, watching content on this device has been great. I mean, it's still a beautiful display, but I gotta say, I have been spoiled by this as well over the past 24 hours. And, you know, using the inside display with these, and this isn't supposed to be a comparison video, so I shouldn't even be, you know, comparing these two, but I still do gotta mention that watching content on this display right here has been much more enjoyable than watching content on this display right here, because you're getting less of those black bars. And also when I, you know, zoom in on the video to fit it to the screen, it does cut off a lot of video because of the aspect ratio of this device right here. You know, I know a lot of people don't really care about that, but then you got a lot that do. I personally see a huge difference in that. Like I said, it is much more enjoyable on a device that actually is shaped to be able to show content like that the way it was intended to be shown. Like I said, this is more of a boxy look, but it doesn't take away from how beautiful this display is, no matter what type of content I'm watching, whether it be on YouTube, Netflix, whatever it may be. I mean, it is still a beautiful looking display. And then when it comes to the cameras, we actually just got back from like a photo immersion travel little field trip that we took, just taking, you know, out taking photos and videos with these new devices. So I definitely took a good amount of photos with this phone and a good amount of videos as well. So before I give you my thoughts, I'll go ahead and let those run through and y'all can let me know what you think down in the comments. right, so here is a quick test with the microphones on this device right here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I am currently inside my hotel room right now. I am also recording with the ultra wide angle lens here on the rear facing camera, and I'm using that outside display to be able to see myself to make sure I'm in frame. So that's a cool feature when it comes to these foldable devices. But testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me go ahead and step outside right here so we can see what the change up is going to be. Here we go, we're now outside. Testing, 1, 2, 3. You can see the beautiful view of New York right here behind me. Absolutely beautiful. But what do you guys think about the overall microphone quality? Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, so what do y'all think about the photos and videos that were taken with the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra here? Me personally, I think the cameras are more than good enough to get the job done. Yeah, you know, they're not Samsung's best cameras, you know, that they have in a smartphone, but as you can see, I was still able to get some good shots. I was still able to get some video. I do like that we at least still have a telephoto lens on this device. In my last video, I did mention, in my last video that I made about the Z Fold 8 right here, I did mention that I wish it had a telephoto lens on it. That was my one kind of main complaint about the cameras. But you know, with the Z Fold 8 Ultra, we do have that. So it's nice to at least be able to get a little bit closer into the subject that we want to take a photo of, and having it still be nice and clear, still being able to keep some good detail with it, if that makes sense. So I'm glad that they put that there. Now, one thing that I did notice is that with the inside camera, I would say the picture quality is not the best. I did notice that the photos that I did take with that, the selfie photos, if I kind of zoom in even just a little bit, it kind of starts to look a little fuzzy. It's not as sharp as I would like it to be. It's not as detailed as I would like it to be. Then again, I'm not going to be using that camera all the time anyways. I mean, it's mostly just going to be there if maybe I need to do a video call or something like that. Most of the time I'm using the rear camera and, you know, this outside camera for selfies as well. But I did want to go ahead and mention that because that is one thing that I noticed about that inside camera over these past 24 hours using this device. But I mean, overall, the cameras are going to be more than good enough to get the job done and get you those shots that you want and be able to capture those special moments, you know, so you don't miss out on them. Now, when it comes to battery life, of course, still a little too early to talk about battery life on this device. It's 3:44 p.m. I took this phone off the charger. At the same time, I took that phone off the charger, which I believe was around 8:30, something like that. It does have a 5,000 milliamp battery, a little bit of a bigger battery than the Z Fold 8. We are at 76% battery life. Now, mostly today, I've just been taking a lot of photos and a lot of videos, a little bit of social media, things like that. We are down to 76% battery. So it seems like it's good, but then again, it is a brand new device. So of course, I'm going to continue using this, let it learn my usage patterns, and then I will do my dedicated, battery drain test video with this device right here. But battery life does seem like it's going to be very promising here on the Z Fold 8 Ultra. But I mean, overall, over these past 24 hours, it has definitely been a great, fun device to use. If I'm being honest here though, I think I've been a little bit spoiled by the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and the new form factor, just making it easier to use, one-handed, and just, it just seems like this year that is the more fun device just because it's new. We're getting a new form factor, different aspect ratio. This for me, and I mean, this is something that I've thought of in the past with other Z Fold devices as well, is that they're just a little bit too tall for me if I am trying to use it one-handed, because I don't have the biggest hand. So I really got to like reach up there if I want to, pull that down. I mean, I can always do it from the middle right here, but if I have to like tap something up there, then I do have to move my hand a little bit higher to, put it in airplane mode, or switch up the ringer from vibrate to ring or silent, or turn the Wi-Fi on or off, or whatever it may be. It is a bit tall for me, but it is also nice and slim, so it does feel good in the hand that way, but it also makes it a little bit hard to type, which is one thing I noticed was a lot easier on the Z Fold 8 because of the wider display. So yes, this more narrow display does make it a bit harder to type with two hands. So most of the time I'm either using voice to text or, sliding the finger around to text. The power button is in a good spot. The volume rockers, those are in a good spot too. They're not placed up too high. And it does have a built-in fingerprint sensor on the power button as well, which works every single time. As you can see there, I have no problems at all with that. I was gonna say in-display fingerprint sensor, but the fingerprint sensor that is built into the power button works great every time. But yeah, definitely a solid device. It does stay at right there. Okay, so it's not until it gets like right here where it will pop open like that. And you know, I like that it does that. Once it gets to a certain point, boom, it gives you that sensation of popping open flat, keeping it nice and flat. Because over the years, I can't remember if it did this before as well, where it kind of just slings itself back, but it keeps the display nice and flat. So it doesn't have that feeling as if, you know, over time it's gonna start to create a V shape just from opening it and folding it so much. You know, it feels like it's giving it some good pressure to boom, where it's gonna keep it completely flat throughout the life of the device. But of course, you know, we're gonna have to use it more to wait and see. But I do like that it does do that, and it keeps it closed nice and tight as well. But yeah, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, like I said, this is just my experience over these past 24 hours. So I probably didn't talk about everything, just things that I have noticed over these past 24 hours. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. If you have any questions, something you want me to answer in a future video, let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it and find it helpful, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you are planning on pre-ordering this device right here, I'll make sure I have a link down in the description below so you can pick one up for yourself. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thanks for watching. This is Josh Quinones. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.